Hi everyone, welcome back again. I have just completed this second Boho Elephant Journal. This one is a smaller version than the first one, which has got the full Boho Bling cover, although this one is, still 128 pages. So I've used packaging, cardboard, which I've then reinforced with this tapestry fabric, which I never realised had an elephant on it. So that's obviously become the front cover. This bit of bling I got from a lady through the Boutique for Junk Journals group, I think, with a whole pack of different things. So that's an absolute stunner. So that matched really well. So I have zigzagged twice around the cover, so it will fray, but it will actually stop at some point. So it won't continue to fray. We've got this blue lace which covers over the spine stitching, which has come from a dress. We have got a humongo tassel with lots of sari ribbons and some different real silky threads, different colours. There's reds and greens in here, some teals. We've got some little floral trim in here, if I can get it out. And this was from Spotlight. They had some little tassels going off cheap, so I grabbed that. So that's on a separate parrot clasp of its own. And from our local tip shop or our rediscovery centre, I found this charm, so like a dream catcher charm, already beaded as it was on a key ring. And then I've just added a little elephant that I got off some jewellery, so I've just added that onto there. And that's just been added on with some wax linen, which is what I use to bind the journals. So the tassel can actually come off because it's on its own parrot clasp. The rest that's just fed through like a normal key ring, and the rest is attached by one of those kind of, if you can see it there, that kind of brad. Where am I? There, the brad. Yeah, so the tassel will actually flip right out of the way when you want to open up the journal. The back is plain, which has got an elephant and a giraffe and a bit of a zebra there. So just really cool fabric, tapestry fabric that I found secondhand. So going inside, well, so the journal measures 16 centimetres by 22. It's got an 8 centimetre spine, 2 signatures, 128 pages altogether. We've got lots of coffee dyed papers, printed and book pages. So this is digital, tracing and vellum paper, trims, fabrics, bling pieces. We've got lots of sewing, fabric flips, pockets, tucks and belly bands. This was a top which is now lining the journal, so that's been sewn down to the spine and also sewn to the cover. This came from one of my clients, which was a tissue box cover, those kind of Chinese tissue box covers, and she didn't quite know what to do with it. So when she knew that I was making elephant themed journals, she gave me it. So this is one half of that. So it's a bit of a padded elephant there, and it's got sequins on it, so you can see it's a little bit 3D and padded. And I've just put an extra bit of trim which is covering the spine. On the back I've used another piece of fabric from the tissue box cover, satiny kind of fabric. I've put a bit of a jewellery piece here which was an earring with an elephant charm. This is a beautiful fabric piece that I got from Gems Papercraft, I think, on our group. And in the back here is a side pocket with a piece of ephemera, which is a book page, and I have lined that with end paper and stenciled the back there. So it's not packed with ephemera, this journal. We've got lots of bling and fabric trims and bits and pieces through there. So this is a digital kit, which I can link below, which is just papers, safari kind of theme papers. We have a piece of ephemera here, which was from a book page. Hannibal crossing the Alps. And I have lined that with end paper and stenciled. Coffee dyed paper, so this is at the bottom of the tray where it gets quite rusty. Some vellum with an envelope sewn down and a bit of sequin trim there. And I've stenciled that, stuck on an envelope, an elephant there as a bit of like a stamp kind of theme, and stamped an envelope and elephant, and there's a journal card in there, which is an index card with another elephant stamp on the back. And that's avocado dyed to get that pink colour. It's all elephant themed book pages. We've got a bit of fabric trim here. So this was a book called The Elephant's Child. I found a pad of elephant shaped note pages. So I thought, well, that was unusual. So I stamped a tree on there. So yeah, they were all different colours. So there might have been some in my first elephant journal. So we've got a bit of trim here with some sequin fabric, which has got elephants on it. You'll see a little bit of, there's this trunk, book pages. I have sewn some paper down over the writing and done a fabric flip. Coffee dyed. This was just some random pieces that I got in a bunch of stuff at a second-hand shop. Covered over the writing, a little bit of trim. This is another one of the digital papers. And we've got a velvet or velour kind of flip here with a really beautiful blingy piece, which came from that lot that I bought. A journal card here from a kid's colouring activity book. Stencil some florals on the back. This pink piece in the bottom corner there was cut up from like a sari or tunic kind of piece of clothing. Book page, a belly band. This was trim I bought a long time ago. Some giraffes with some stenciling on red end paper. This was the lining of one of the sari or tunic kind of top, so I've kept that. Middle of the first signature, there's another piece of the bling. That's an end page as well. This was a cushion cover, and I just love the colours. It's an elephant there. A little pocket. So this is in our book page. This is also from a book. End paper with some floral journaling space. Floral stenciling there. Another fabric flip with some paper sewn over the writing. A crocodile. Kenya and Uganda. So this was a book page. I've just stenciled on the front, and it's this green book page or end paper on the back. Really dark coffee dyed paper there. This is another journaling card with an elephant and baby. Purple end paper and stenciling. Scrapbooking paper, sorry, not end paper for that one. Just love the illustrations in these books. That's the Elephant's Child book. So if you ever see that, grab it because it's beautiful. Vellum. There's the elephant on that. That was a dress. So this is a book page. I can't remember the book, but it's huge, and you have to wear like 3D glasses to be able to make out the imagery. But there is an elephant on there with some birds. This is a paper pocket that I saw how to make by Natasa Marinovic. So there's actually a tuck under here. There's a tuck here, and here. And depending on what you do with it, you could also create another tuck behind, depending on how you sew it or put it into the journal itself. But for me, this is a floating pocket for this journal. Photo albums. I found some panoramic photo album sleeves. So they actually are long like this. So they actually flip over to the other side of the journal. So I've just used that to put in some journaling cards. It says Go Wild. So I mean, obviously you could store whatever you like in there. Another fabric flip. Vintage book page. A CD envelope. So I've just stuck a piece in there which could be used to make a pocket, or it could be a journaling spot. And then of course, once you flip this up, you've also got another tuck underneath there. A belly band. So this was a long piece of trim that I bought, and I've just cut that down into sections to use as belly bands. Really beautiful. Mother elephant with a bit of stenciling and an elephant there. Some different trim with a little bit of blingy there. Wrapping paper. This was from a paper plane making book, and I just thought I liked the camo. Really super grungy coffee dyed paper, that one. The Anatomy of Elephants. Different bling there. So it's quite a simple journal. I mean, there is a lot more you can do and add to it, absolutely. A statue there onto scrapbooking paper. fabric flip. This is another book page with its big tusks, some stenciling. That's end paper as well, or book page, I think. Sewn over the writing there with some vintage paper. So this one clips over the page because it's quite a big image. Elephant with its baby. Bit of stenciling, so you can see that's a bit glossy. That's because it is the back of a book page. And there's the other side of the panorama photo. So I have actually cut it open so you can slip things in both sides. Bling, and that's the back of the so there you can see the elephant's feet there. So there we go. So that's my second elephant boho journal. So this will be available at the Todmore markets coming up on the 3rd of October. But if anyone falls in love with it prior to that, I am going to be selling it for $120. And yeah, so if you want to purchase it or have any further inquiries, just comment in the video below or contact me via Facebook. Thanks very much. Bye.